I am once again out in the desert looking for scorpions in particular as far as bugs go, and they should be out tonight. It's pretty warm and dark as the sky, so things should start coming out. It's not been too long, but yeah, we'll see. First scorpion of the night that I have not missed because the other two dipped down in burrows, but they were not the same species. This is an undescribed or new Paruroctonus species. I seem to have angered it. Anyway, this is an adult. Second scorpion that I've managed to not lose. And this is not Paruroctonus. This is Paruroctonus. And by range, this one should be Paruroctonus confusus. This one's a subadult. And I do not see a burrow, so I'm not sure where it came from. It's only been dark for a few minutes. Right here is a desert hairy scorpion. Hadrurus arizonensis. I saw 3 or so earlier, but all 3 of them were next to their burrows and quickly dipped down. This one was in the bush right over here, but I whipped it out with my tongs. And this one seems to be a subadult as well. My hand for reference. Another scorpion here, probably the most common scorpion in the greater region if we discount microhabitats and whatnot. This is another Paruroctonus confusus. This time it's an adult male, I think. First scorpion in over 30 minutes probably. And of course, it's a confusus, as expected. Night is pretty terrible so far. Here's another desert hairy scorpion. Certainly larger than the last, and not next to any burrows. So not nearly as stressful. I'll give you an idea of how large it is. Anyway, not really in the mood to get stung tonight, so I'm not going to tail this one. Although I will bother it with my light. Ooh. There it goes. Another Paruroctonus confusus. And only on a night like this, where you don't see many scorpions in general, would they be considered rare, because otherwise it'd be quite common. Just not tonight. Now that I am in rocky habitat and outside of the flats, see this rock outcrops and whatnot, I can find Serradidgitus torridus, which probably belongs in the genus Stunkius. Looks to be either a subadult or an adult. Probably the former, but this one is coming with me. Now, judging on the colors on this one, I will revise my statement and say that this is likely a subadult, in which case I will keep looking to try to find an adult. Little torridus here, which seems to have caught some food item. This one is just a little juvenile, and of course it's found on a rock outcrop like Stunkius and Serradidgitus often are. Desert recluse spider right here. And next to it, Serradidgitus torridus. This time, I think it's actually an adult. May still be a subadult, but definitely looks more like an adult than the last one. I'll have to get it out. I'm gonna try to fish this scorpion out of here. Uh-oh. After quite a bit of work and almost getting stung a few times, managed to get the torridus out, and looks to be an adult. Has more accented carinae, which basically means those ridges it has on the edges of its appendages, like on its tail and its hands, are darker. Another Paruroctonus confusus here, probably the last one I video before I just start focusing on other things only. And this is another, probably adult. Looks like it could be a subadult too. It seems that I found another torridus down here, but for some reason it's not in the rocks, it's in the dirt. You may not be able to see it right now. Here it is though. Subadult male. And here are the rocks. There's another Serradidgitus torridus back there. Seems like every one of these that I'm bumping into, minus a couple, has been deep in these cracks. Very hard to take out. I've been missing most of them. Look at this lichen. Fluoresces. Pretty cool. I've seen a lot of this too. Covers the rocks up here. Anyway, we'll try to get this one out. As you may have guessed, I missed the last scorpion, so I'll try to get this one. It's in a more accessible area, but there are cracks around here too. Another torridus. Managed to whip out that scorpion I just showed you without losing it, as I have lost the past scorpions. It's right here, down in the flats, so I can't really lose it now. Very cheeky scorpions. An easy access torridus. I'm not going to miss this opportunity to catch it. Gotcha. Another subadult. I think I have found a couple adults tonight though, so not too bad. Well, last night wasn't great, so I am back out tonight in search for more scorpions, but I am moving into a different habitat here. This is going to be dunes instead of like flats and rocks, so we'll see what we can find this time. Here we got our first scorpion. It looks to be a Paruroctonus. I don't know really which species it is, but there it is right there. Not very large either. Second scorpion of the night, and unsurprisingly, it's a Dune Scorpion. A nice sized one, not very small. Hidden away in some bushes. Here's another scorpion, and this is also a Dune Scorpion. This one looks like it's ready to molt, and I can tell because the tergites, the plates on the tergites, are apart instead of being together, and the pleura on the side is sort of sticking out. This is a very large sand shredder cricket. Not sure on the genus or the species, but I'll shine my white light on it. Here it is. Probably the largest one that I've ever seen. Very long antenna too. Here's a shot of that same sand shredder cricket under UV light. Obviously not as fluorescent as scorpions, but still pretty good. Makes it easy enough for me to find them when they're in somewhat close proximity to where I'm walking. Here's another one of these shiny Paruroctonus. And I actually suspect these to be Paruroctonus baergi, Baerg's sand scorpion, though I'm not entirely sure. Two more scorpions over here, and they are not the same. This one right here is another Dune Scorpion, but the one over here is a Paruroctonus. Another scorpion here. Still only two species of scorpion, though there are four at least out here. And this is another Dune Scorpion, unsurprisingly. Look at this. This little spider right here is a Homologous theologus sand assassin spider. They bury themselves slightly in the sand, waiting for prey to come by so they can ambush it. They don't lay any web. Another scorpion here, all tucked away. On the run now. It's a Dune Scorpion. Just like most of the ones out here. Over here is another Dune Scorpion, not a very large one. And these guys live both in the flats. You can tell these are the flats because there's rocks here, which don't really present themselves in dunes. But also, the dunes start over there. I'm in the flats over here, so not as much of a specialist as the Paruroctonus, for sure. This is another Paruroctonus, a Baerg's sand scorpion, or so I suspect. Here's yet another Dune Scorpion. This one is chilling nowhere near its burrow, out on the hunt. And this is the second Paruroctonus of the night, also an adult. Quite a nice one, actually. Well, tonight was not an amazing sequel to last night, but oh well, that'll be all for this video. Thank you for watching.